Here's what I think about Yeonmi Park. What do I think about Yeonmi Park? A lot of people have been asking me to tell them what I think about Yeonmi Park. You know, give my opinion on that bitch from North Korea. She's a North Korean activist that escaped from North Korea. She traversed China, then she went to Mongolia. After Mongolia, she went to South Korea. Then from South Korea, she went to America. And all throughout this history, apparently she traversed the map like through China while she had an injury or something, and they operated on her. Like like in her story, there's a lot of inaccuracies in her story. You know, she was able to traverse China, travel to China on foot or swim. Like, come on, dude. Kind of bullshit story is that, man? People just eat it up. And look at her face. Look at her facial surgery. Like, just look at her face. Like, you see her face? Look at her first video on her YouTube channel. Look at the first video on her YouTube channel. Then you need to look at her latest YouTube video channel. Then you have to look at her body. Look at her body from the first video to the last video. Compare her tits and compare her face. She's had breast enlargement surgery, facial reconstruction surgery, Botox, lip fillers, like all types of shit done for herself. Cool, whatever. I'm not hating on that shit. She can do whatever she wants. It's her life. I don't care. Why do you think they're pushing this female on us like so badly? Like, why do you think they're pushing this female? Why do you think they're pushing Yeonmi Park on us so much? Like, why do you think Yeonmi Park is getting pushed on us so much? She's being pushed by the YouTube algorithm heavily. You know, she's being pushed heavily by the YouTube channel, by the YouTube algorithm. You know, and anytime that you see a person being pushed heavily by the media, you gotta really consider it, man. You really need to think about this stuff right now. So let's look on her Wikipedia page. I'm gonna go through her escape from North Korea. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about her critical reception. So it says here, since escaping, Park has written and spoken publicly, blah, 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 blah. Nothing really interesting there. She's become a member of Link, whatever. She's been outspoken about tourism in North Korea, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Here, exactly. Mary Ann, fucking flies. Not a fly, but it's like a little flea. I don't know what the fuck it is. But Mary Ann Jolie of The Diplomat has noted serious inconsistencies to contradictory refutations on several occasions. In an online update, Park claimed that many of the discrepancies in her quotations came from her limited English skills at the time, adding that to her childhood memories were not perfect. I'm gonna go to the source. There's a lot of sources here, but yeah, but how the hell do you but how do you escape from North Korea and traverse the Chinese? Come on, man. And apparently her and her mother crossed a frozen river and 3 mountains into China. 3. That's a good thumbnail, actually. 3 mountains. 3. Good thumbnail right there. Trying to make a thumbnail. And apparently, I just have difficulty understanding. I understand it completely. She wants to make money. That's her goal. Okay, look, you guys can see this shit. Look at her face right there. You see that? Look at her face right there. And then look at her face here. No, whatever. She's a libertarianism or whatever. Okay, there's a lot of discrepancies in her quotations. There's a lot of inconsistencies. There's a fucking the head of the UN. There was the head of a UN inquiry about the presence of prison camps in North Korea, which has been documented, but revelations that one of the most prominent North Korean defectors lied about details of growing up in a prison camp will do little to discredit what is known about brutal conditions in that country's gulags, according to experts and international jurists. But it doesn't change the fact that they lied. They lied about the details of growing up in a prison camp. Even her mother, she was on a talk show. She said that she was living relatively better than the people in North Korea. She had a better standing in North Korea compared to the other people. Okay. Let's see, anything else in here? Okay, here it is. In December, an Australian journalist revealed inconsistencies in the account of Yeonmi Park. Park has blamed any confusion on her English ability and her childhood memory. So every time Yeonmi Park gets exposed for lying, she blames it on her English and her childhood memory. But I can poke holes through that story because she graduated from a university. Which university did she graduate from? Which university did she graduate from? Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Where is she? Okay. She was accepted to the Columbian University School of General Studies starting there in the fall of 2016, and she did finish her degree, right? She had a degree majoring in economics. And you're trying to tell me a person that's accepted in a university and actually has a degree in English doesn't know how to speak English. Okay. All right, cool, whatever. If people are willing to believe that, you guys can believe that. But I'm not gonna believe that. I'm not a sheep. I'm not a sheep like you motherfuckers. I'm just me. I'm not a sheep, man. I'm not a sheep. That's just not. I'm just not a sheep. You know. I mean, I'm skeptical. You know, it is what it is. She's a liar, and it's documented that she's a liar. Let's see. What else did she lie about? It's crazy. She lied a lot. She lied so many times about everything. Not everything, but no. I mean, I'm willing to agree that North Korea is definitely a very, it's not a place that you want to be at. But I don't know, man. I don't believe it's as bad as she says it is. I really don't believe this girl, but maybe I could be wrong. I could be wrong, guys. Like I'm not perfect. She changed her story multiple times. I don't know if you can believe someone that's contradicting their own story, making up stuff, and I'm not sure why. I guess the powers that be really want her to to go viral. But yeah, you guys can do your own research, man. She's lied a lot. She lied a lot, man. She's lied so many times. It's kind of hard to keep up with the lie. Look, there's another post on Reddit too that explains that she's a liar too. Absolutely not. She's been caught lying about so many things that everything she says is suspect. Journalists have lost their careers for less egregious lies. She makes money by saying shocking things that experts and even other defectors have called her out on. There's even a whole. The people are trying to bury this. Nobody gives a fuck about this story. Nobody cares about this story. I don't have a platform big enough to shine light on this story, but I'm gonna make a lot of fucking videos about this girl. A lot of videos. I'm gonna keep making videos about this chick. So, let's see. What other lies has she done? And I'm looking through the list. In between sobs, Yeonmi Park gave her account of life in North Korea, public executions, arbitrary arrest, torture. I suppose many of the stories that defectors present are true, even though they cannot be verified. I only challenge claims that are obviously exaggerated or plain false. In Park's case, ABT has honed into a recent newspaper interview that quoted her drawing a comparison between a canal in Dublin and rivers in her homeland. Every morning at riversides like this, you can see dead bodies floating. If you go out in the morning, there they are. And then there is a journalist that's actually giving his own critique here. He says he widely traveled the country and didn't come across dead bodies. Sure, there may have been floating bodies in rivers in the terrible crisis years of the 90s when 600,000 people starved to death, according to an estimate by the UN official who was then supervising foreign aid during the famine in the country. Bro, like, it's documented. This is documented. You can go down the list. There's many lies. She's lied about the bodies in rivers. That's documented. That's a lie. She lied about her parents. That's a lie. I mean, like, how many lies are we gonna accept here? There's documented. She claimed to cross the Gobi Desert in 40 degrees below zero conditions without any winter clothing. Do you guys really believe that? You know you would die. Scientifically, it's impossible to cross the Gobi Desert without any winter clothing. 40 degrees below zero. How are you gonna cross the Gobi Desert? You're gonna freeze to death. You are going to die. No way that you survive that. Impossible. That's impossible. Her family was considered well off in North Korea too. Her mom said in an interview that it was never that bad where they had to eat grass and bugs, and they never went without food. So she's lied. Lie after lie after lie after lie after lie after lie. Like, how many times do you guys have to see this? She claims in 2 different interviews that she escaped with her mom and dad, but in another interview she states it was only her and her mother and that she witnessed her mother's rape. Dude, there's like so many lies here. Like, lie after lie after lie after lie after lie after lie after lie. It's sad. It's really sad, but you guys can keep believing this stuff. Be sheeps, but I'm telling you guys the truth. Please do your research before you donate to her. I'm out.